Hey there, Bram Spiro here. You're watching Buy and Hold Fundamentals. And this week we're starting with Greenville, South Carolina. Like I said over last week, we're going to start looking at three markets in parallel here, Milwaukee and Indianapolis. Probably what I'll do is spend a week on each and then flip through the three as we go on. What I've also done is limited the properties I'm going to look at up to 150,000. That's really because I'm looking to buy up to $100,000 properties, and that extra 50 is just to see if what else is out there, if there's overpriced stuff, if there's rundown things that we can get for under 100 and then reposition them as costing more. So that's the theory, at least. And seeing as we're new to this town, let's get started. I'll sort of make my way across and try and keep a track of what I've looked at and not. Here's our first property, and as usual, in order to keep track of what we're doing, we grab the address, stick that in here, and start doing the rest. Okay, come on. There we go. Grab the price. Stick that over here. I think we can hide this for now. Let's see if we got any data on home values. 950. 950. Let's see where that takes us. So that's that. That's 950. We're going to not over there. Over here. Okay, now we're going to see if we got some tax info. 1,071. 1071. What's that give me? $322.45 cash on cash. 45%. The only thing being is you're never going to get a $20,000 loan. That's the difficulty. That's a piece of land. Not interested. Okay. Let's see where this gets us. And what have we got on rent here? Home value, blah, 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 1,200. And what else have we got? Taxes, 2154. Still, tax cash flowing $56, 2%. Looked at that. Now we're going over here. And grab that price. Not exactly the same as Carmel, which is not what we were expecting anyway. So, $1,200, and we're sort of seeing a pattern here on rent rates that was. It's going to come out more or less the same. The taxes, if they're different, should. Interesting. 997. I wonder why that's $1,000 less. That's flowing at 146 and 5%. Next. Grab that price. And home value is going to be what, 1,200? No, interesting. 1495. I wonder if that's some kind of real indication or function of the asking price. Let's see what taxes say. 1607. So why was that one so much more expensive? 165 and 5%. 165, 5%. Interesting. Now let's look at this one. Sort of the same kind of ranchy, small ranch with a carport. And they're asking 125 for this. What are they going to say on rents? 1,200. I'm guessing that's a function, but that's just my guess. How are the taxes panning out? They're at, wow. $117, 4%. You know, there's no clear reason for all of that, all those taxes to fluctuate like that. So very curious to understand why that's all over the place. So that's a question we've got to figure out for this town. What's up with the taxes? $12.95. Go here and do that. Add the rent and see what we got for taxes. For taxes, 1023. It's all over the place. Anywhere between 500 and 2,000 on more or less similar properties. 225 and 11%. Okay. I'm going to stay to the left of this BDE half highway. That's even more skeptical than skeptical. A lot of, I'm seeing a lot of foreclosures here, which, not right now. I wonder if that says something about the market. And I'm wondering why. It says decline, go away. I'm wondering why that's still why there's so much there. I mean, just comparing to what we've looked at before, we haven't seen quite as much showing up. So that's another thing I'm curious about here. Don't know what the, I'm going to say 1,200 just for the hell of it. And let's see what that gets us. Anything on taxes? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. You see? This whole thing doesn't make any sense. So we got it was sold at 40,000 in January. They're now estimating it at 80,000, which doesn't make any sense. I don't believe the 150. And the tax assessment of the property was 1,350. So I mean, something is very, very clearly out of whack with this piece of property. I'm just gonna say, leave that there. 243 and 11%. 243, 11, and we're gonna mark this in red because it's weird. Okay, back to black. Let's see what else we got. You can do it, come on. Slightly less weird because it's an auction. It actually has pictures of the place, opposed to a lot of the other auction places we've seen. Price seems to be more or less in range for the kind of brick we've seen. And yeah. Again, sort of a weird listing. $12.95. But again, really trying to get, what we're trying to do is get a feel for the market. So at the moment, it really doesn't matter what this is. All I want to do is get an understanding for what typical prices are. 1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds like it ain't real either, but it's sort of in line with what we've seen. 192 and 7%. So I don't expect to really find stuff quite yet. In fact, I think it's pretty tough finding stuff through the MLS, but no. Where were we? But less map. More map, rather. That's a piece of land. However, I want to get some kind of feel for this town, and the only way to do that is by looking at what's there. And I think, hold on. Let's grab this. That's not what I'm looking for. That needs to go. And the only real way of doing that is by looking at what's on offer and starting to identify patterns. $14.95. So let's see where all this takes us. $14.95, and just look at the taxes. $19.80. By the way, you notice this? Here we go. Why did they jump here? Or something fishy happened here, and then it was corrected the year after, or something or other. Taxes are weird here. $331 and 13%. What's interesting though is that these places, at least on paper, are all cash flowing. I don't know to what extent they're dumps yet, and filling them would be a problem. Meaning, what's the rental market like in a place like Greenville? But you're looking at a housing stock that's a lot more likely to have stuff that meet your criteria and are actually interesting as investment properties, as opposed to the markets we've looked at so far. What do we say here? 975. 975, and we're going to go back and grab our tax history. Weird. Let's call it 300. 197%, 10%. 197, 10%. Go. Way too many foreclosures. It's just let's see what else we got here. So the stuff that sort of costs 100, 120, the rents 1,200 to 1,500, and for the stuff that's in the 70s, it seems to be somewhere between 40,000 to 70,000. It's about 100, somewhere between $7 and $1,000 rent. That's what we're starting to see. Taxes are 807. We're at 159 and 8%. 159 and 8%. And off to the next one. Right, back from the phone call. Okay, so did I grab the price? Nope. Did I grab the price? Nope. Now I grab the price. Let's see what else we got. Home value 1,200. See where that gets us. Taxes. What on earth makes this double? Not quite that much. Double or triple the tax before. It's just weird. And what was the percentage on 5? That's what it is. It's weird. Weird's interesting. Don't get me wrong. I like weird. Is that 60,000 because it's a $60,000 house, or because it's overgrown and it's really worth 110? That's the question. You see, that's... Okay, I'm going to say... Did I grab the price? No. Move too soon. So that's 60,000. It's... Zillow's already claiming that it's 20 under market. I'm going to say 750, at least for now. Let's see what that gets us. Taxes, have we got taxes? No, in that case I'm going to say 1,000. It's probably over, and it's 55. 3%. But that's also weird. I'm going to make that as red. Missing information. What else have we got? That's a piece of land. Not interested in land. Another foreclosure. $108. Come on, guys. There you go. Put that in there. And home value 1,250. over here and sticking that's gonna go. That's just annoying, and we're going to go here for the taxes, 1200. $156, 6%. 156, 6%. And what's next? Over here. Come on, guys, you can do it. There we go. Not that hard. Grab the price, go back here, I'm sticking the price. We've all been here before, and we're gonna go and grab the, that's 1250, which is completely consistent. And first we'll stick that in here, otherwise there's too much to remember. And that stays the same, and we look at the taxes, 10, let's call that 180 and 7%. Next. Okay. And just take that over there. That's fine. Let's, no, not quite yet, although we could stick that in there. $10.75 taxes. 147, 5%. 147, 5%. Right? Yeah. Okay, and we're off to the next one. There we go. And that's a lot, not interested. Another nondescript place. Okay. Let's see what this gives us. $341. 321%. And there we go. $12.95. We stick that over here and stick the rent over here, and And then go grab the taxes. And what's that give us? BS. I don't believe that taxes. That's, I'm calling that 750. 271 and 11%. And we'll mark that as red because it's fishy. What else we got? Other side of the tracks, guys. Looks like the other side of the tracks. And there we go. $9.50. $9.50. Taxes, and there we go. Right, 426, 20, 48, 368, 48%, 368, 48%. Yeah, okay. And the last one, land. What's this? Stick that in there. Okay, grab that price. And let's see what that gives us. $10,050 and taxes $841. Go figure. They're just all over the place, these taxes. So we got $239, 14%. $239, 14%. And those taxes make so much difference on these smaller places. Okay, so we've looked at 20. I've noticed a lot of auctions and weird stuff. There's something fishy there. There's something weird going on with the taxes, which is interesting. And I'll stick in the rent ratio so that next time we can look at how they're starting to work out. But we're definitely seeing, over the 1%. We're often seeing close to 2, over 2, which is all obviously very, very interesting. You've been watching Buy and Hold Fundamentals. I'm Bram Spiro. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with another 20 properties tomorrow. Take care.